Hello everybody, I'm Shelly and this is Comfortably Blind. I picked up this it's a Kodak Rainbow Hawkeye #2 folding camera model B. It's a mouthful. The rainbow means that they come in different colors. This one happens to be old rose. You could get them, I think, in teal, purple, brown. The black ones were the non-rainbow, but this one is a rainbow. So it's a 1/16 camera or a 6/16 camera. So, and they don't make that film anymore, but we do have workarounds. Now to get into this camera, just to take a picture, you take your little lever here, slide it over, and then pull. Then it opens up. You snap it into place, then you reach in and you grab hold of this little knob and you slide it out. This slide also becomes your focus. You're focusing right here, this little lever here, it's actually a lock. You lock it in to that one. That one is, that first one is like 100 feet or to infinity and beyond. And then this one would be your normal, like everyday shooting. To get like close up, you can do close up. You just need to bring it up into this 8. And to do that, you squeeze this little tab here. That's also how you close it up over the hump and all the way forward. That would give you close up. And to close it, you would squeeze that little lever there and push it in. Now, it's a rather simple lens. You can see there's no lens on the outside of it. It's like a glass or meniscus lens on the inside. Down here, you should be able to see the aperture open and close. One, I believe, is 8, and 4 is 32. f32, f8, f32. That's how you get to control your light coming in, your depth of field, everything like that. And then up here is your shutter speeds. Now right here is about a 50th of a second, and then you slide it over here to 25. That's a 25th of a second. And then you have your bulb mode. So the bulb mode holds it open the whole time you're holding down on the shutter release. And then if you come over here to T, now what T will do is timed, so you can open it and it'll stay open until you click it again. You can also hook a little remote in through here you guesstimate on the focus with, like we aforementioned, to figure out your picture the way you want it to go. You use this. Kind of makes it look like a train that way. You know, the headlight, the old steam train. You use this. You look down, so this becomes a waist level. You look down and it goes out the front. And this is portrait mode here because you'd be doing portrait. To do landscape, you'd lay it off onto the side and then rotate this way, and then you can look down and through in your landscape. All you're really doing is putting the scene together, and then you would take your picture. This one looks like the bellows have been replaced because they're in really awesome condition for a 90-year-old camera, and they usually with the old rose leather, the old rose red, usually they were a red or a pinkish bellows. And this is black, and they were in really good shape. This camera came out in 30 to 33. You go 90 years and see if you don't have leaky bellows. But anyway, so that's how you would take a picture with it. And so to close it back up, like I said, you pinch right here, which lifts up on this little lever here, little lock, and then you slide it back in. Come on. You're making a liar out of me. There you go. To close it, before we go and close this up, this is your little kickstand. So if you wanted to take a portrait from a table, you'd set it there. If you wanted to do landscape, you'd flip it over here. If you wanted, and when you're done, it's got like a little hookity-doo. You squeeze and push back on these two little arms till they click, then close it and lock it. Oops, I missed that. Did we not get everything pushed in? There we go. Okay. To add film to this bad boy, you slide this part up. This locks the whole thing down. So you slide this part up and then pull up on the cartridge, and then all your serious stuff comes out in a piece. And then you can load your film in here, and I had to use, being it's a 1/16, 6/16, and all you can get is 120, I used these little discs that I got from, or I had made for my Agfa Ansco number 2, because it's a 1/16 camera as well. And then you put your fresh roll on here, and you slide it into this end. And hopefully it locks in there enough that when you're spooling it out, because it spools across the bottom, you're spooling it out to hook it to your winding end, it doesn't come out of here. It can get to be a pain. Now you can see the 1/16, the difference between the 1/16 and the 120. I kind of started modifying this, but so there's a 1/16 and the 120. You can see the difference. But that's why you need to make these little discs to take up the space. See, now it thinks it's a... So then you slide it in, snap it in. You put this one in on this side, and that's what I did, is I took 120 and then used this because I couldn't get the discs to work over here. So I used the stock spool and then took it home to my darkroom and took the camera apart just like this and took the film out in the dark, wrapped it in tin foil, and it's ready to go over to be processed. But anywho, so once you got your film in there, then you put it back together. You make sure your little slide is up here with the hooks. You slide, you have to make sure this part here hooks the slot here hooks above and below. So you slide it in, drop it, slide this over, and make sure when you're shooting, don't slide this. Did that. Hopefully it only killed one picture. It looks like my poor leather is coming undone. But I picked it up at a thrift store and really thrilled about it. Now, once you got the film in there, this isn't like a regular 120 camera. You have to finagle the numbers. Like my Agfa Ansco number 2, I started on frame 2 here, and then every time I took a picture, I counted 15 from here, and no matter where it fell, it usually didn't fall on a number. Wherever it fell, that was the next frame. 15. 1, 2, 3. 15. So get yourself one of these. You can adapt film. It's rather easy. Thingiverse has adapters. Get printing, get shooting. Should be a wonderful camera. Anyway, that's all the time I got. Again, I'm Shelly, comfortably blind.